Hello, my name's John Kimbell, and this is my final presentation for the Player Care Group. My task is to create a bespoke itinerary for a fictional Danish football player I'm calling Kasper Sorensen. This itinerary will need to meet the needs of Kasper and his family and convince them that Newcastle is the place that they should come to live, work, and enjoy their lives ahead of Brighton and Hove Albion. It's imperative that we appreciate how vital the pre-signing period in a player's life cycle is. Ultimately, we want Kasper and his family to leave Newcastle confident that we understand their current personal circumstances and how these are likely to change in the coming years, but reassuring them that we have a pathway in place that can be adapted. My focus is therefore to curate an itinerary through the lens of a player by identifying, understanding, and attempting to satisfy the basic needs specific to Kasper and his family while showcasing why Newcastle is the city that will care for them and fulfill their needs. The itinerary will need to be both thorough and compelling to make them excited about moving to Newcastle ahead of Brighton. Being fully briefed, prepared, and organised will ensure a good experience and first impression on the family. Understanding and drawing upon Maslow's hierarchy of needs will be a key focus for our itinerary. We need to ensure we're meeting the basic needs of Mr. and Mrs. Sorensen and their children, and ultimately reassure them that Newcastle can offer everything they need for a comfortable and secure life. By addressing physiological, safety, and social needs, we can ensure that we're ticking every single box that the family will require. As they move through and up Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we can assume that they become happier, more settled, and more content to stay in Newcastle longer term. Bringing these needs to life and demonstrating that we can fulfill every need that the family has is vital. We want to give the family a sense of comfort that Newcastle as a city and club cares for them and that will offer them a better experience than Brighton. We can achieve this by moving through the hierarchy of needs and addressing many of the physiological, safety, and social needs that the family may have by visiting some of the neighbourhoods, identifying possible homes, highlighting the benefits of these areas, visiting schools, looking at childcare options, and showing local amenities, including supermarkets, restaurants, and gyms. A visit and tour of the club and training ground will also be beneficial. We'll also insert an element of fun into the day's proceedings to ensure the children are entertained and excited about the prospect of calling Newcastle hjem, or home in Danish. A tour of some leisure activities, demonstrating the cultural and rich heritage of the area, is also key. Finally, guests will stay in a private lodge at Scandinavian hotel and restaurant called Hjem, which is a Michelin-starred venue 30 minutes away from the ground. This would also be a recommended venue for friends and family to frequent. Hello, new club, new opportunities, Newcastle United. Welcome to Newcastle. This is where the itinerary starts in earnest. Whilst this itinerary will tick many boxes, ultimately it needs to be tailored to suit the player's needs and that of his family. Whilst we hope the players will become valuable assets for the club in time, a people-first approach will ensure the club is seen as going the extra mile. Attention to detail and adding in personal touches will make this itinerary stand out over any other. And ultimately, having plans in place to ensure that any problems are mitigated from the outset is key. Your 24-hour itinerary. Welcome to Newcastle. Join us as we explore the vibrant, cultural, and welcoming city of Newcastle. We will take you on an exploratory journey around our finest neighbourhoods, schools, and leisure facilities before visiting the home of Newcastle United, St James's Park. During the afternoon, we will visit other local areas of interest before returning you to your accommodation. You'll be transferred back to the airport tomorrow morning for your return flight. Your host for your visit to Newcastle are John Kimbell, Head of Player Care, and Bjorn Christensen. Bjorn, or Benny as he's fondly known, is a Danish national who played for both Newcastle and the Denmark international team. He moved from Denmark to Newcastle in 1989 when he was aged 25 with his young family and now works for the club as an ambassador. The morning. At 9 a.m. we'll meet you from your flight and escort you to a private vehicle. Your bags will be taken directly to your accommodation. Car seats, refreshments and in-car entertainment will be provided for the children to ensure their safety and comfort. At 9:30 we'll tour Jesmond, a popular area for families, and other neighbourhoods in Newcastle that we feel would be suited to you. We've organised short visits to 2 schools, one primary and one private, and a tour of the local area, which will include showing you what amenities the area has. For the children, we'll also visit Pets Corner at Jesmond Dean, where they can stretch their legs, play and meet some animals. Finally, at 11:30, we'll arrive at Darsley Park, our state-of-the-art training facility, for a tour of its facilities. The afternoon will see us arrive at St James's Park at 12:15, where you will be greeted by Eddie Howe and Steve Nixon, our head of recruitment. We will tour the stadium, pitch and dressing rooms before a short presentation will be made outlining the club's history and future plans to you and how integral we feel you will be to our success moving forward. At 1, lunch will be served with Italian, Danish, English and children's food options before our club mascot, Monty the Magpie, flies in to make a visit. Departing at 2 o'clock for a tour of the immediate area, we will visit local shopping, Newcastle Cathedral, the Angel of the North and some stunning beaches. Before finally, at 4 p.m, we will arrive at Hjem, your accommodation for this evening, in time to recharge and refresh. The evening. Mindful that the children will be tired and probably hungry after a long day of exploring Newcastle, we will have a children's dinner prepared at 6 p.m. At 7 p.m, there is a kids' movie night, and we've organised for childcare for the young children in your lodge. They can enjoy face painting, popcorn, and sweets as they settle down and watch a movie of their choice. 7:30 will be a private dining experience for the adults when Eddie Howe, his wife Vicky, and club captain Jamal Lascelles and his partner Hypinder Ray join us for dinner. At 9:30, the evening will close. Departure. Breakfast will be served in your suite at 7:30 a.m. Your return transfer to Newcastle International Airport will be at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thank you very much and have a safe journey home. Waving goodbye to Casper and his family at the airport will not be the end of the process. The key to good player care is to maintain good ongoing care and communication and building relationships over a long period of time. Checking in with the family when they get home would be vital, and then similarly within 2 to 3 days, getting in contact and gathering their views on their experience within Newcastle. All of this will help ensure the club remains front of mind and is demonstrating how much it cares. Thank you for your attention. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.